Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about our new setup. You guys already see the screen, you guys know what's going on, so let's not even waste time. Let's just get right into it. So, if you guys were here last week for last week's video on Friday, or was it Saturday? I uploaded it and I told you guys like I got my payout, but I accidentally blew the account. I didn't leave enough drawdown, and I was just being stupid overall. But we're back. We used the money to buy ourselves some new evals right here. So we got three Lucid Flex 50k evals. So the way that this works is for the next however long it takes, because there's no time limit on these, by the way. So that means that I can take 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't even care. Even if it takes me 2 months to pass these accounts, I could not care less, because that just means that we're gonna get three new funded accounts. Like, doesn't really matter. There's no activation fee. There's no time limit. There's no need for me to rush these. So definitely expect these to be on the eval for a little while. But these are the new accounts. You guys can see all the stuff here. Just bought them literally like 30 minutes ago. Set everything up. I also have my trade copier loaded up here, but I won't show you there because I don't know if there's anything important on there. But this is pretty much it, right? So they're 50Ks, which means I have to make 3 grand, and I have unlimited time to do it as long as I don't lose 2 grand, which would put me at 48,000. It does trail, obviously, so eventually this will slowly get closer as I get closer over here. But that's besides the point. There is a 50% consistency rule, which means that I cannot make more than 1,500 in 1 day, which I don't think is going to be too much of a problem because, like I said, there's no need for me to try to pass it in 2 days when I can just trade it normally how I normally would. So far, we're going to start off with one micro, just to start off with the trade copying software, get used to it, see how bad, like if there's slippage or if there's any like lag or latency or anything like that. So we're gonna start off small, like with the first couple of trades, maybe a couple of days. We're gonna start off small, just take our profits, build a little buffer, kind of see like, okay, like how close are we to, like, how does this all work? Like, do I want to do it like this way or this way or this way? And then after a while, if I get comfortable, we can start scaling up to multiple contracts, multiple micros, and then by then we should already pass the account, and we'll have a good enough kind of understanding of how this all works, how I'm planning on moving forward. So I did leave two more slots open because if Lucid works out really well, I might purchase like a different plan. So this is just like the first step of Lucid, because you can have up to 5 accounts. So I'm gonna start off with three, just three accounts, pretty solid, like good stuff. And then we're gonna probably buy two more bigger ones or larger ones or something, whatever I end up deciding to do, maybe a pro plan, whatever it is, just to kind of see how we are with Lucid, and then we'll use other accounts as well, like I said. So that is the biggest thing that I wanted to announce. So let's kind of, oh, sorry. I don't know why I did that. Let's kind of go into the charts now. So going into this week, if you guys were here last week, you guys would know I am very, very, very bullish. I'm still think we're going to continue higher. Why? Because why not? Like the idea is we just keep trading higher and higher and higher until it doesn't work anymore. So we're going to continually go long. If you guys were here for the stream, you guys know I said that I expected us to gap down, which we did. So we made a gap to the downside, and I said that this would act as our sort of like retracement, or like our move lower. So that means that I don't expect us to move much lower than this, which means I expect the rest of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to be bullish. And actually, oops, let me switch back to my browser so I can show you guys the news that we have coming out next week. So let me switch back. Sorry. Perfect. So we have Tuesday news. We have two things coming out on Tuesday. We have 8:30 news, core retail sales, and then we have 10 a.m. news, some new Fed chair nomination, blah blah blah, some new guy, right? Designate Kevin Warsh, he's speaking. But yeah, so there's gonna be some stuff coming out on Tuesday. We're excited for that. Monday should be a pretty chill day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all that good stuff should be pretty standard. But this is something I wanted to mention as well going into the week. So let's switch back to the chart. All right. So like I said, I'm expecting Monday's big objective is to fill this gap. This is where I expect Monday to draw. It's not a big gap. It's only about another 150 points left from where we already are. So there's a pretty good chance that when I wake up, it'll already fill out the gap, in which case we would target these highs. And if we take all of these highs, then I'm just going to have to play sessions. I'm still bullish. I'll still look for longs, but we'll kind of play it a little bit more safe, a little bit more cautious. So definitely that's something I'm looking into, and as well as if there's any hourly for fair value gaps, like we're actually about to form one in about 5 seconds, but like this, we'll start marking these out as they start forming. Sorry, fart forming, start forming, and we'll kind of keep an eye out on this stuff for Nasdaq. Can just continue higher, all that good stuff. We'll also keep an eye on how the Dow Jones is doing, because as far as I know, they are not near all-time highs. So if we go to the weekly, yep, they're actually still quite a ways away from all-time highs. So I'm also going to be keeping an eye on how the Dow Jones reacts, how much further it goes. Again, we're still bullish, so we still think this is all going to get filled up, just not quite yet. And then last but not least, the Nasdaq, or not the Nasdaq, the S&P 500 is well above all-time highs now as well. So we'll keep an eye out on that for sure. Again, they all do the same thing: gap down, fill the gap, continue higher, just like we did on last week. The open of last week, gap down, move higher. That's exactly what I expect. Tuesday, gap, move higher, gap, move higher, gap, move higher. So that's exactly what I expect, and I'm going to keep doing it until it doesn't work anymore. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, hopefully we pass these new accounts fairly quickly. That'd be really nice. So we can start getting towards a payout. The minimum payout for this is going to be 500 each account. So the next payout I get, if I take the very bare minimum, will be 1,500, which is enough money. I've already done the math to max out all the Lucid accounts. We can buy as many as we want. Max out my funded futures accounts, and still have enough money left over to upgrade anything else that I want to upgrade. Maybe I'll upgrade my software. I'll pay for TradingView Premium for finally. To this day, if you guys don't know, I don't have TradingView Premium. I still haven't paid for it. I haven't had a real need. I don't think there's anything on there, but once we start making some money, you guys might actually see me balling and actually paying for this stuff. So that's in the future, though. I don't want to get too ahead of myself there, but we're gonna take it slow. We're gonna play it smart. We're not gonna let our emotions get to us like we did. Like it happens. But we're gonna continue moving. There's no time limit. There's no pressure. There's no monthly deadline. I don't have to pass this all in a month. So that's pretty much everything. Is there anything else that I feel like mentioning? Nope. You guys know my strategy. We're going to wait, gap, fill the gap, go long, all-time highs, continue higher and higher and higher until it doesn't work anymore. Hopefully by the time we start making downward action again, we've already passed the evals and we can start trading the funded accounts as well. So, there is a consistency rule. I don't know if I mentioned that. So that means that the maximum limit I'm allowed to make on this account is $1,500, which isn't a problem because, like I said, we trade fairly small. I'm probably going to stack multiple winners as opposed to just like one or two big winners. So, that's not really a problem. And yeah, like I said, we have our trade copier. We're going to figure this out. I've already set it up, but I still have to obviously execute in the market. So tomorrow morning will be my first, if I take any trades, it'll be my first trade figuring out all this stuff. So definitely tune in for that at 10 a.m. Eastern. You guys will see me kind of mess around with that. And also public service announcement, if you made it this far in the video. I've been seeing a lot of people DMing me telling me they're scammers. So from what I understand in the Discord, anyone that impersonates me, I can't ban them. So from what I see, they'll have someone else that's not an impersonator. They'll scrape all the data. They'll give everybody. They'll get all the usernames and then they'll DM you guys, even though that person's not in the server. And it makes it kind of really, really hard to ban them because they're not in the server. So just a PSA, guys, I will never, ever, ever DM you first. I'll never send you a friend request. I don't have any, there's no friend requests, guys. I'm sorry, you're not special. You're not going to be the guy that I finally send a friend request to because you're that cool. No, that's not how it works. I do not friend request you guys. I do not DM you guys. I do not tell you guys anything like that is not on stream or that is not in the public server. So please, please, please be wary about that. And yeah, and another thing, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but I'm done with the one-on-ones. I've just had too many people flooding them, saying pretty nasty things in the they type out, which is really corny because it's you go all the way to book and then you type they leave a message and then it's you typing out all that nonsense, and people are just taking advantage. But someone had a really good idea of how I might want to change how the one-on-ones work, so I might do that instead. I think I like the way that they kind of they made it sound like a really good idea. So I'll probably be doing that sometime later this week. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But I'll talk more about that on stream, and then I'll make a new video if anything pops up. So I'll see you guys then. Everybody, peace out. Have a good rest of your day.